Konnichiwa, and welcome to No Ball Games Podcast, Episode 2. Let's get into it. Alright, Bruno.
How you doing, mate?
Last things.
Same as last podcast. Still the same.
Fucking miserable cunt.
Nothing changes.
Ask him how he is and he just moans.
I didn't moan, I just said
Let's move on from Bruno. We've got someone else with us here today, a third guest. It's my brother Liam. Liam, welcome to the podcast. How are you feeling?
Nervous, but
Don't be intimidated by me. I don't want you to see me as your boss.
no, it's Bruno's hand on money.
Oh,
Okay, sorry. My bad.
So we've got a few things to talk about really today, haven't we? A lot's been going on. So lockdown is lit as fuck right now.
It is.
It's going off.
Fucking hell.
People meeting up for parties, going out everywhere. To see how mental Blackpool Beach was the other day.
But not only Blackpool, which one was the other one? Also,
Brian.
I don't know, one of them was completely full as well.
You weren't prepared with the details before
No.
rudely interrupted us there.
Yeah, sorry.
Never is.
Never is. I'll tell you what I did see. Did you see all these people protesting the lockdown in Hyde Park?
Yeah.
All of them getting arrested and trying to interrupt the police when they're trying to arrest them.
Well, these are the people that never seem to suffer from it. They never seem to know anyone who's caught it. And
Well,
they never
there's a
seem
quick way to catch it, and that's by meeting up in massive groups and protesting.
Well, if anyone's going to suffer from it, it should be them people.
What do you make of the new rules, guys? Have you heard? You can meet up to 6 people if you're outside.
Wait, I barely have 5 friends. How am I going to meet with 6 outside?
5's a stretch anyway, really, wouldn't it? That was overstated.
Yeah, I wouldn't class myself as a friend.
No. Acquaintance.
Brutal.
Nonce.
On Brighton news, football has returned.
Wee!
Yeah.
Boy.
Started with the Bundesliga, the German Bundesliga. Have you watched any of the games then?
Yeah, I've seen a few, but I only tend to watch about 10 minutes and get bored.
Only 10 minutes, why?
With no fans, there's just no atmosphere there. It's like watching a Sunday league
You got
team.
no fans,
No,
got no ground.
But he's not there either, so...
No, well, he's not allowed to, is he?
So Wilson are probably missing him.
He's an avid follower of Borussia Mönchengladbach as well, I've heard. The Wilster Raider.
He probably can't pronounce it because he's got no teeth.
Bruno, have you been watching any of the matches?
I saw Dortmund against Bayern and Dortmund against Wolfsburg.
Yeah, the Bayern game was a bit weird. I mean, all of the games are a bit weird. Obviously, there's no atmosphere whatsoever. But the weirdest thing is, I think, hearing literally everything that's being said. And the
Literally.
coaches... No, good job most of us don't speak German on this podcast. Otherwise, we would be able to translate.
Imagine Premier League. You're going to hear that, fuck off, dude.
So I've got a news story here regarding football. One team has found a way out of negating the fact that they haven't got a crowd. They thought of genius way. FC Seoul of South Korea handed a record £77,000 fine by South Korean Football League for using sex dolls in the stands, holding up signs like "Go Team" and.
How did they have...
Genius, isn't it?
What's the problem of having a sex doll watching the game?
I don't think. I mean, it's a sex doll, Bruno.
Well, it's
They
inciting
probably
the players
didn't
to
cover
enter.
them up either.
How
They're
did
not allowed
they
to be
get...
nude in public.
How did they get their hands on so many?
It's South Korea, mate.
And was it just their hands on them?
I reckon they had to go on them before.
They tested them.
They didn't know it was going to blow up in their face, did they?
On other news, there's more. Don't interrupt me.
I was going to say something related to what you were saying before.
Go on then.
Actually, somebody was it in Denmark or Holland? They found a way to put people watching games on Zoom conferences. So they have massive screens all over the stadium, and yet they have the fans logged in into their Zoom accounts, and they're like watching and cheering the games.
But that's no different to watching it on TV, is it?
No,
It's like football Gogglebox.
Yeah.
yeah.
Which
it's
is
a different
basically just normal football anyway.
But it's a funny way.
You're just not watching people watch football.
But if you think about it, it's a funny way to actually incite people to watch football.
You might think it's funny.
Well, on Brighton news, the English Premier League is returning. A little cheer from anyone?
Best league in the world.
Any cheering from? Not going to cheer?
If there's no fans in the stadiums, it's gonna be shit as well.
Well, it's going to be better than that Mickey Mouse League you guys have got, isn't it? For farmers,
Well,
fishermen playing against Benfica, Porto, and Sporting.
true, that's true. But guess
But
what?
it's returning on the 17th of June. Too soon, do you reckon, or too soon to know the implications of the impact in the German league? Or
No, I don't know. I think it's more than time, to be honest. Because if you think if you can look at the German league and everything's going fine, I don't see a problem to do it here in the UK as well.
yeah, but I mean, it's only been back 3 weeks in Germany. I don't think we know anything as to whether it's fine yet or not.
Well, if everyone else is going to go back to work, that are probably more at risk of catching it and stuff.
Well,
because these players are being tested.
This is my big thing. We're trying not to talk too much politics here, but I think the MPs should be the ones going back to work before anyone fucking else does.
But they can
Show
work
us
from
that it's-
home.
Yeah, but show us it's safe first, and then we'll all go back.
And if they die, that's their problem,
Yeah.
not ours.
Well,
Catch it. Sorry.
anyway, that's about all we've got for football, to be fair. I'll tell you what, I did watch we're talking about the Bayern Dortmund game, actually, and then how very weird it was. I thought Borussia Dortmund were much of the better team in the first half, you
They
know.
could have won that game easily.
They just sort of didn't really do much in the second half.
Well, Boateng handballed it as well, didn't they? When
That was, yeah, do you reckon that was a Stonewall?
that's
got to be
a- that's a-
penalty,
that's
yeah.
a-
there's
clear
fans
penalty.
there. I think that goes to VAR.
That's
I
a
can't believe it
clear
didn't go to
penalty.
VAR anyway.
It's deliberate.
100%.
It's not a
yeah.
natural put it.
Even Hargreaves was saying this needs to go to VAR.
That says it all, really, doesn't it? If he's agreeing.
And he's him out.
I'll tell you, I watched the other game I watched was one of the first ones back. It was the Schalke versus Dortmund game, and the Schalke were abysmal. Ended up losing 4-0, but it seems like they've got their worst team they've had in decades.
But they weren't doing that bad before the stoppage
No.
of the league. That's
Even with a terrible team as well, and a pretty poor coach. I think their poor coach is terrible. He
yeah.
sacked from Huddersfield, for God's sake, you know. Says it all. But that's enough about football. Let's move on. I'm going to go over to our resident Portuguese nightmare. No, it's not Cristiano Ronaldo. It's Mr. Bruno Diaz.
Ooh.
You got some weird news for us today, Bruno?
Probably, I think so. I guess so. Maybe weird ones.
Come on then.
Okay, so for today I found a few weird news. We're gonna start with one that it's really weird. It says a man with a shoe fetish stole 126 flip-flops so he could have sex with them.
So he really put his foot in it.
Yes, he did.
Literally.
I hope he put his foot in it before he jizzed in it, because that's going to be pretty soggy flip
Yeah,
flop.
sticky
A
situation.
24-year-old guy called Tirapat Klaya in Thailand
I'm glad I know his name. Now I can go follow him on Instagram.
was arrested for allegedly stealing all his neighbors' shoes in order to have sex.
Allegedly, so there's no actual proof.
with them. There's no
He's
proof.
just being accused of it.
There's no DNA. There's no DNA on those.
He stole a pair of moccasins last week.
Did he leave,
And they're pointing at him again.
did he leave footprints?
The thing is, he said he would wear them around his home as it turned him on.
Oh, he's wearing what? Oh, I suppose flip-flops are unisex, really, aren't they?
And they're sexy.
He told the officers that after several
They call them
hours...
thongs in Australia. Maybe he's got confused.
But listen, several hours after wearing the flip-flops, he would cuddle and kiss them, stripping off and rubbing them on his
See,
body
that's the weirdest
before
thing about
having
it.
sex with them.
That's the weirdest thing about it, is he's cuddling them after he's worn them. So he likes the smell of his own feet. He finds the smell of his own feet sexually arousing.
It's like farts, isn't it?
You cherish your own.
You love your own, you hate everyone else's.
Wow. The police said to the local media it was not Klaya's first offense for similar acts.
So he has got previous.
He's a repeat offender.
Repeat offender.
He's got no leg to stand on.
After we arrested the
doesn't work.
suspect,
That does not work.
the police said, after we arrested the suspect, we also found out that he had already been arrested last year for stealing flip-flops in another district. So he's doing this in several
He's on a rampage by the sound of things. He's going from town to town on a fucking vigilante mission.
Crazy.
Mass shoe stealing and masturbation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give us the next one, mate. Jesus.
Well,
Before he drops any more puns.
the next one is in America. The woman that's responsible for the tennis play players in the US was
Struggled to get that out, didn't you?
it was
A
complicated.
woman.
She was
to say basically
yeah.
a woman.
she was me and women, right? They were she was telling all the tennis players that they should actually put their names in their balls so that they couldn't confuse them with any other players'
They
balls.
asked the male players to do the same, and sometimes they get confused.
I mean,
then-
I have done that,
You've got a tattoo.
Yeah.
just in case I need to play
He's got
tennis.
his own name tattooed on his testicles.
And she went like, you need to put the names on your balls so that you cannot confuse them with other balls and touch them with your hands. You can kick their balls, but you cannot touch them. And then she paused and goes, "Oh, I'm going to blush. Sorry, this was not exactly what I meant to say."
So is this because of COVID that you can't touch them?
Yeah.
That must be really devastating to be a male tennis player and find out that no one's allowed to touch your balls.
That's what they live for, their balls being
Yeah.
touched.
Especially by the ball boys, I've heard. Let's move on from that quickly.
let's move. Yeah.
Catholic Church.
No ball games.
Well, there's So there's an English lady from Aylesbury.
There is.
Fuck
Yeah,
off.
from,
That's crazy.
From Aylesbury, called Tracy Kiss,
Don't believe it.
32 years old.
Oh, I've
And
heard about this.
She
yeah.
is
She's a
drinking
YouTuber.
smoothies of sperm to help boost her immune system
Yeah.
against COVID-19.
But she's a YouTuber. She started doing it with semen facial masks. She
What?
was using semen as a face mask.
But was somebody
as a
wanking,
moisturiser.
wanking into her face?
I didn't go
or-
that far into it, to be honest. I was too busy masturbating.
I mean, come on. Her face.
Fuck's sake. Why has he got so many puns?
Puns, not guns.
He's come prepared.
And she says it
get
isn't.
that?
She says it isn't much different to a mother breastfeeding her newborn to give them the, the nutrients
on the
they
belly.
need.
Suckling like a newborn baby
What
on
a-
a man's fucking belly.
What a tits.
I also put it on my face to clear up my skin. That's exactly what she
Is that
said.
what?
Do
Oh,
you reckon she goes up to him like,
she said
babies do when they want milk?
50.
She says it's best to consume semen as close to production as possible to get the most nutrients and benefits.
See, I prefer mine at room temperature.
you prefer it fresh from source, mate.
He'd suck off a horse with it.
Milk that shit.
No, but she reckons she's got some hard scientific facts to
I'm
support
sure she's
her.
got
Yeah,
something
yeah.
hard.
And then she says, but I often store it in the freezer in an ice cube tray as my partner, who does not wish to be named, and I are in a long distance relationship. So what? He wanks.
Mixed up. Someone comes over.
Comes over.
They're like,
A little
"Do you
like-
want to make myself a drink? You got any ice? Yeah. Wait!
That's good for your
No, but
skin.
the thing is, wait, so they're both in a long distance
Does he
relationship.
ship it over?
That's what I was going to ask. Does he fucking ship it in a container?
He needs
Maybe-
to start asking questions.
Maybe he's the flat above and just does it over the balcony.
It's not long distance, then,
No,
is it?
still.
It's a long distance for gum.
She also says the quantity also depends on how hydrated my boyfriend is on the day.
Oh.
I sometimes have a shot or disguise the taste in a smoothie with fresh berries and bananas.
I reckon she just absolutely adores the taste of jizz.
Salty.
There's even a picture of her holding the ice cube container with the jizz
I'm
inside.
glad it's the ice cube container. I thought it was going to be like his balls.
I'm not allowed to touch these.
He's Australian tennis player. I'm not allowed to touch him.
And she claims she has never had a cold or a flu for 3 years because of this concoction.
So maybe COVID.
Concoction.
Maybe this is how we
Is that
solve.
your pun there, was it? Or is that actually
No,
your
it's
line?
my pun.
So this is how we solve the coronavirus
Yeah.
problem. Yeah.
Gallons and gallons of jizz.
A lot of jizz.
Copious amounts of jizz.
Can't believe we didn't get there earlier.
Well, I'm going to go home and try that.
She makes a point. It's just another natural remedy, but completely free of charge.
Do you know what? I fully support her.
And
I fully support her.
she finishes with, you don't have to have a partner. You could just ask a random male friend who is healthy.
Imagine it. Imagine someone coming to you and just
Can you just jizz
and
you?
going, "Can you come to me?"
But they have to be healthy, so you can't have unhealthy sperm.
Yeah, but how? Okay.
So how are they going to test it? Are they going to go to the doctors and get his sperm tested before she uses it? Do you mind just taking a quick semen test?
How does she test it? Just
Well,
Yeah, she tests it like, you know, people test baby milk.
Oh, this is hot.
Oh, this is
It's a
good.
bit too warm.
It's gonna
It's a
be,
good, what year is that?
gonna be lovely on
How
dessert.
long has this been in the freezer?
I'm getting oak.
Okay, moving on.
Fruit.
Moving on to the next one.
Yeah.
A nurse in Russia has been given a telling off for non-compliance with the requirements of medical clothing.
Naughty girl.
None
So-
complies. She's a nun.
Basically, the unnamed nurse, who is in her 20s, was pictured on a coronavirus ward for male patients in Tula, like 120 miles south of Moscow, and she was wearing a bikini under a transparent PPE, so personal protective equipment, and you can actually see everything. There's a picture of her fully equipped.
Well, from the picture I've seen, it
I'll
doesn't.
tell you what's weird though, the doctor's got the same on in the background. That's not quite as good. He's about 50 and overweight.
From the pictures I've seen, it's not necessary because I read one and it said she was in lingerie. It looks more like sports bra.
Yeah, to be fair.
Look, the patient said there's no objection to her attire,
I wonder
but
why.
there was some embarrassment.
Yeah, because they're fucking erect.
Someone took a picture
And
of
this
them.
Tracy Kisper is there fucking milking them dry.
They're both working together. That's why I picked up these two news, because they're all related.
Alright, we'll move on to the next one.
No, these are the 4 ones that I got.
Okay. Well, those were quite good, weren't they, actually, Leo, weren't they?
It was weird news.
It was very weird news. We're going to move on from that. Okay, guys, so let's move on to one of my sections, Truth or Lies.
Jesus.
Dun dun dun.
Suspense is killing me.
Alright, so this week it's about, these are quotes I found this week, and I want you to tell me if the person I say it is actually said it. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to ask you what you think first of all, if you think it's truth or lie, and then I'll ask you, Liam, okay? I want no cheating.
Okay.
Can't promise.
So the first one, not all women are bitches, and not even all bitches are women, but the bitches that be are, in fact, crazy, is a quote by Barack Obama.
False.
Well, Barack is a bit of a cool guy,
He's a player.
and they do sound like lyrics he may have done when he was a young
Lyrics.
When he was
Yeah.
spitting bars.
man. When he was dropping bars. He's
you
known
saying?
for that.
Well, what are you saying, Liam? It's truth or lie?
I'm going to say it's true.
It's a lie.
Was it
It was a
Shakespeare
lie.
who said that, or someone like that?
Shakespeare.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. Yeah, it was Chaucer.
In Shakespeare's
That was
younger
actually
days.
on Urban Dictionary. When I searched the meaning of the origins of bitches be crazy. That was an Urban Dictionary.
That quote comes from a famous person. I don't remember.
Yeah, I'm
who
not
said
sure.
it.
It's probably like
Queen.
the Flave or something like that. All right, next one. I have no special talent. I am only passionately curious. Is a quote by Albert Einstein. Truth or lie?
Yeah,
I'd say true.
You've learned from last week when you got them all wrong.
I would say
You're
true.
both saying true.
Yeah.
I don't think we can have that. One of you say it's a lie, please.
No, it's true. I'm saying it's true. I cannot.
Alright, well, I'm going to say it's true, mate, so.
That's a lie.
Well,
It's true.
It's true. It has to be true.
All right, next one. The future belongs to those who prepare for it today is a quote by Malcolm X. Truth or lie?
That's a tough one. Because it could have been him saying that.
Yeah, it could have been him.
I'm going to say true.
I'll say false on this one.
It's true. Next one. I'm a piece of shit, it ain't hard to fucking tell, is a quote by Mahatma Gandhi. Truth or lie?
Well, in Mahatma Gandhi's younger days, he was actually an MC.
Yeah.
And they do sound like some of the bars I've heard him spit.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say false.
Okay,
Yeah.
well,
I'll
that's
go
brave.
for
It's very brave.
Yeah, it's brave.
Because his stuff's usually a bit dirty.
What
isn't it?
about you, Bruno? What
I'll
you
go
saying?
for false as well on this one.
False?
Yeah.
That is false. It was, of course, Notorious B.I.G.
Yeah.
in the song Suicidal
It's
Thoughts.
just hard to mix them up.
Yeah, people do it a lot.
They look alike.
Okay, so it takes a great deal of bravery to stand up to our enemies, but just as much to stand up to our friends. Is that a quote by Albus Percival Wulfric Brian Dumbledore?
Yes.
Truth or lies?
It's
I'll
true.
tell you how I know that's true. When I was in school, My teacher had that.
When
up on
you were in Hogwarts.
Yeah.
Dumbledore said it to you.
No, her name was actually Mrs. Dudley, another character from
that's...
Harry Potter. But yeah, that is true, 100%.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you did all right in that one. Do you want a bonus one?
The boner one?
Yeah, go on then.
Well, Bruno, please put it away. This is not the time or place. Okay. Packs I sold had them buzzing on the road, crack residue in the buttons on my phone, black leather boots when I run into your home, ring ring pussy, it's your mummy on the phone. Is that a quote by Skepta? Is that truth or lie?
True.
That was Skepta.
It's true.
It is true. It's from the song It Ain't Safe.
It's a good song.
Quality song. Well, that was truth or lies this week, guys. I tried. Most of them were just completely fabricated.
Okay, now.
If anything, that was slander. Did you enjoy that?
Yeah, it was actually good.
It's good, yeah.
I agree.
Wow, that's good, isn't it? Right, guys. So, guess what else has been back recently?
UFC.
UFC has returned. Ponder screens. How good was that? Did you watch any of the fighting, Liam?
I seen highlights because obviously this one is usually quite late here, and I'm usually in bed by 11.
I actually watched.
But yeah, Gagey, is it?
Yeah.
Justin Gaethje versus Tony Ferguson. Yeah.
It's a weird one for that because I thought Tony Ferguson's probably the only one that would have given Khabib a good fight.
Tony Ferguson is a really good
But
fighter.
styles make fights, don't they? So.
Yeah.
But he was off that day.
He's a good fighter, but it just seems like he's been overhyped because he's been linked to fighting Khabib. Obviously, he was meant to fight Khabib, but he was obviously. I feel like he was overhyped a bit because of that, and he got shown up by Gaethje. What I will say for him is he took hit after hit, like fight-ending hits, constantly to see, and like he survived. Like, how did he take so many like fight-ending hits?
But you could see in his face, every hit was hurting him.
It was, but
these those were fight-ending shots. You could hear, obviously because of the lack of crowd.
Yeah, there's no
you
crowd.
could hear every crack of knuckle and bone, man.
He's
It
got
was
a chin.
crazy.
Definitely got a
He
chin.
he did throw a few good shots. There was particularly, I think it was the end of the second round. He landed a heavy shot on Gaethje and looked like he rocked him.
But that's the only thing, you know.
Yeah,
The thing is, if Justin Gaethje will fight Khabib, I don't see Khabib taking those punches and standing.
Here's the rub. We'll talk about that in depth in a minute. I want to step onto the other fights quickly. So obviously we had Henry Cejudo versus Dominic Cruz.
Good fight.
Absolutely cleaned up by Cejudo. He wiped the floor with him.
Yeah, but you saw Dominic Cruz at the end saying that stoppage was ridiculous. That he was
but
ready to fight.
I don't like fighters
He
like
was
that.
being mauled.
I don't like fighters
He
like
was
that. They can't
literally
handle it.
being mauled.
I hate
by-
fighters that just can't handle losing. You need to just grow up, get better, come back and be better.
Yeah.
Be better, and then you'll win the fight.
McGregor comes to mind when you say that.
We'll get to him again in a minute. So the other big fight was the heavyweight fight between who was it? Francis Ngannou,
and
Jairzinho Rozenstruik.
Rozenstruik, yeah. The
And obviously
Brazilian guy.
Ngannou went through. There was a lot of hype for that fight. People thought it was going to be a really, really good fight.
How long
but
was it? 40
Ngannou
seconds?
just went through him. It wasn't even close. And obviously, in the aftermath of the Justin Gaethje Tony Ferguson fight, man like Connor was all over Twitter. Did you see his tweets?
Yeah.
He was
it
saying,
the goat thread?
what did he?
Didn't Gaethje say that he was owing him money or something?
Oh, Gaethje was slagging him off as a parent, basically.
Yeah.
He's gone for Gaethje. What did he say to Gaethje? He was going to smash his teeth in.
Something like that. I don't
But
remember
it's what he said
exactly
about Khabib. He called him a rat. It was so bad, really. But he went for all of them, didn't he? He was going for all of them.
He went for Ferguson, for Gaethje,
See, that's the thing. That's what I wanted to talk about. I think
Masvidal.
talk about there's 3 people in that division right now that are capable, that are probably the 3 best and capable of beating each other. I think Gaethje is capable of beating Khabib because his ground game is good enough to stop him, and he's better standing.
I don't see it happening. I don't see him beating Khabib.
You know what's the difference? It's that his fists are actually like a fucking hammer.
His standing game is a lot better
It's
than
a
Khabib's,
hammer.
and his ground game is better than Connor's.
Yeah.
So he would stand up to the ground game a lot better than most people would
He
against
actually
Khabib.
thinks he will win that fight.
The other thing is Khabib, like Connor's ground game is not great,
But
not terrible, but not great. But his standing game is better than Gaethje, so he would probably beat Gaethje, and obviously Khabib would probably beat McGregor. So you've got 3 people that are capable of beating each other. For me, it makes it probably the most interesting division in the UFC at the moment.
maybe the light heavyweight is actually good now as well, because you have John Jones, you have Paulo Costa.
Do you see anyone beating John Jones?
Costa, maybe.
Who was the guy he lost for?
You have Kamaru Usman, the Dominic Reyes.
Raya. I thought that was a bit of a saying it was that strongly for John Jones was a bit contentious, if you ask me.
It wasn't, because I think even on takedowns, Reyes was in front of that match. He was winning.
I was very impressed with him. I wasn't impressed at the start. He seemed like he was just talking too much crap.
No, but suddenly
when he backed it up.
Yeah.
He backed it up. He gave him one of the best fights he's had for a long time.
Yeah.
I think he was winning the first 3 rounds.
But do you think UFC want to see John Jones lose?
No, because they need someone to have that unbeaten streak.
Because boxing has had similar things for years. You think of Golovkin.
The thing is, John Jones isn't the moneymaker for UFC. We all know who is.
No.
The point,
Well, he's probably second.
They would be very happy for him to go out and lose his final fight if he announces retirement.
If he loses, he fights again, though, I think.
Well, we'll see.
But who's gonna take the title from him?
Well, Cormier had it for a while, didn't he? But he seems to be on his way out.
wants to fight him. He wants John Jones to go to heavyweight and fight him.
I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't think John Jones has got the frame to be heavyweight, full heavyweight.
No.
He's got the body for it. If he just needs to put on some muscle for it. Because he's
the
massive
turnaround.
at his weight. He's massive, isn't he?
The difference
he's tall. That's where his weight comes from. His height.
That kid, Dominic Reyes, is taller than him.
I don't think he is
massive.
I don't think he is. John Jones is about 6'6".
The kid is taller than John Jones,
I don't think he is. I don't think he is. But it would be good to see him step up. But to turn around and pick up that much weight quickly is not going to be an easy thing.
Well, Usyk is doing a similar thing in boxing.
Yeah.
He's talented. He's fighting. He's got to fight. Chisora, I think he's going to fight him soon.
He'll win that easy.
But Chisora actually said that he wants to have an MMA fight because he's waiting for a boxing fight. That'd be interesting because the guy talks shit. But
he is quite a likeable character, though.
Who?
Chisora.
Yeah.
With the list.
As he's got older, he is. He was a bit of a prick as a youngster. But...
No, but MMA, let's
see.
So
anyway, let's go into boxing, actually, since we just spoke about it. Mike Tyson's return. What do you guys make of it?
Mate, have you seen the speed on that clip that he posted on
Not just the speed, he looks incredible.
He's in great shape, but again, you see people when they say anyone can look that good for 30 seconds, but after a couple of rounds, how's he going to look?
But see, here's the thing as well, is it's not going to be full fighting. He said it himself, it's most likely going to be charity exhibition matches against other former champions.
He beats Wilder.
Probably, yeah.
He'd
probably beat. I reckon he beat Joshua as well.
To be honest, if anyone can stand in a ring with him for more than 5 minutes, it will be a surprise.
Well, Holyfield has obviously started saying he might come back as well because the main guy he's supposed to be reported to be fighting is
Shannon the Cannon.
What's his name? Shannon Briggs. Yeah, he obviously trained Logan Paul for that fight he had with KSI. Let's go, champ.
Let's go, champ.
He is massive. Have you seen the guy? I wouldn't want to fight that guy.
Yeah.
And he's a very underrated champion though. He's got a brilliant fight record.
You see him going to Klitschko's gym.
Yeah.
He does get in. It's one of those ones that as he's gone on, people prefer him now, but he must be so annoying. He actually rowed out, or he's on a boat, and Klitschko was out on a boat just to go up to him and say, "Let's go, champ," which is dedication at its best.
Jesus,
I rate that. Let's go, champ.
Let's go, champ.
Took a boat out just for that. Fair play to him. But he has got a very good fight record, you know. I was looking it up the other day.
He's had a lot of fights. He's probably, I think he's
more
lost,
fights than he's had more fights and more wins than.
Was he not world champion at one point?
Yeah, I think he was free weight. All 3 of the belts he held.
And when he was looking in the mirror, he would go, "Let's go, champ."
Yeah, well,
that's probably what he did.
It's hard to be fair to him. It's probably a good way to motivate yourself in the morning.
That's what he does before shagging someone. Let's go, champ.
He says it to the woman.
I do the same thing. I do a pet talk in the mirror.
Yeah.
But yeah, charity exhibition matches apparently. Obviously, like I said, Holyfield has been saying he'd be up for it. And Lennox Lewis tweeted out, "Oh, I've been back in training as well."
Everyone's coming back in training.
What do you make of Lennox Lewis as a pundit? Because he's got a lot to say about Joshua.
Lennox.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's got a beef with Joshua because...
I think Joshua put him in his place a bit.
Yeah, but he was a great champion.
Yeah.
I think he's probably...
I mean, as a pundit,
Tyson.
what do you make of him as a pundit?
Well, he can't be calling out guys that are currently champions as a past champion because it does make you look bad. Yeah,
I think it shows. If anything, it shows probably a bit of bitterness and jealousy. Maybe because of love that Joshua had at the time from the wider world.
Probably.
But then it's just one of those things with Tyson Fury now. Everyone had bad words to say about him before, but now everyone loves him.
Yeah, I never had a bad word. I mean, you can say what you want about the guy. He made a lot of mistakes in his life, but you couldn't fault him as a boxer.
But he's a great advocate for mental health, obviously.
100%,
Really
fair
good.
play to him.
Really good.
He's done massive for that. Anyway, well, that's boxing and UFC. There is UFC on tonight, guys. Did you know?
Yeah.
I didn't.
Who's the guy fighting Woodley?
I don't know. I don't remember.
But hopefully we might be up watching that. So
What time?
maybe
What time
react to
is
that
it?
next time,
4 probably.
or maybe react to that next
That's
time.
probably when the prelims start.
We might watch that, and we might react to that next time as well. We'll definitely react to it next time because we'll watch the highlights either way. But let's move on to a section that Liam has come up with. What are you calling it, Liam?
Urban Dictionary Corner. You can call me...
Terrible name. Terrible name. Change it. Before you do, should we do these shots? We were meant to do them after the Truth or Lies round.
Yeah, I'll do
So
it.
should we do them? Where's the salt?
I don't need salt or lemon. I'll just go
Oh, Mr. Hardman.
Oh,
That's gone well.
salt everywhere.
Salt the slug.
for it. Salt the slug.
Righty-o, boys. Let's go. Let's champs.
Let's go, champ. Yeah, that's true.
Sancho. Oh, it's fucking rank.
I like this one actually. Decent tequila.
Lovely.
Lovely.
Very decent.
Right, so yeah, let's move on to Urban Dictionary Corner with Liam McBride.
The male Susie Dent.
A budget MC Grinder.
Bit rude.
That's the best we can do in short notice.
Okay, so the first one I have is Karen-ing. So let's see if you can guess what that stands for in your own dictionary.
I'll leave it.
Caroling. I thought you'd give us a description.
I'm gonna give you it now, Michael. So Karen-ing is an act of taking someone else's kids, asking the manager, getting a bob haircut, and wanting free things from the store. So to put it in context, James, why does Linda have to be such a Karen? She won't even let me see the kids on Christmas. Fred, I know, buddy, I know. She's just Karening. She's in a Karening phase. Things will get better. Hashtag Karen.
I called a friend of mine Karen earlier. Shout out to Caitlin Doherty, best friend's girlfriend. Shout out to Lewis Brogan as well. We were having a chat earlier because she was having a go at my terrible haircut that my brother gave me,
It's
and I was
awful.
saying I gave him a really good one. I could give her a skin fade as well.
It's actually.
She was like, "Oh yeah, I reckon I could rock that." I was like, "No, you'll be better off than Karen. Might as well live up to your personality."
So my second one is dingleberries. So
I like that. Already, you've not even given me the description.
So dingleberries. When wiping your butt with cheap toilet paper, pieces of cheap toilet paper catch or cling to your anus hairs,
Oh,
therefore
God.
having berries that dingle from your butt.
Oh God.
Can you put that in context?
I went to the toilet a moment ago and had dingleberries.
That's not one from the Urban Dictionary either, is it? That's from personal experience.
That is actually, it's not actually what it says there.
It's literally what happened half an hour ago.
Yeah.
I reckon in the next few ones we'll try and guess what it means.
Okay.
But I prefer them than strawberries, so
Yeah. Do they taste better?
tastes like shit.
Well, give us the next one and we'll try and guess what the description is.
I don't think you will with this one.
Well, we'll give it a
it's,
go.
so it's Dienda.
Diemda or Dienda?
Dienda. So
Dienda.
Dienda.
Is that like someone who kills penises or something?
This one I'll read out. So, hey Phil, do you know Dienda? Dienda who, dude? Dienda my dick.
I wasn't far off.
Yeah, that's
That's like that fucking ligma stuff, isn't it?
Ligma.
Suck.
Or these balls. These nuts.
You can try and guess what the next one is. It's Plumpkin.
Plumpkin.
It's a hard one to guess. I would never have guessed it.
Lumpkin.
I don't know.
It's got to be something about
A pumpkin.
fat pussy or something.
It's not actually, no.
No.
No. So it's when a guy is getting his dick sucked by a girl while he's on the toilet taking a shit.
Oh God!
So Bob
He's
is
got to be a dirty bitch.
That's nasty, man.
Bob is taking a shit at home when his wife walks in and starts sucking his dick.
And then let me guess, she puts it in the ice container and she drinks it.
Yeah, he hasn't consented.
Yeah.
He has not consented. Always get consent in your sexual endeavours.
Okay.
Why?
So The last one is stroking. So you can't get this one, but it's usually said when a male is masturbating. Hey, I'm stroking my balls.
I'm pretty sure we could have guessed it.
Yeah, true.
It was self-explanatory from the moment you said stroke.
So that is Dictionary Corner with me.
I thought it was Urban Dictionary Corner.
Urban Dictionary
Changing the
Corner.
name every 2 seconds. Give him a round of applause. His first time on the podcast, he's nervous. His knees are weak, his arms are heavy. There's vomit on his sweater already.
It's mum's spaghetti.
Right, let's move on, guys. I've got something special for you today. I've got some rumours that I've heard about both of you, actually, on the streets.
This usually goes
Dem
well.
old mean streets. I've got some rumours. So, Bruno, the first one, I've heard this about you. You were once the backup guitarist for the rock band The Cure. Is there any truth to that?
No.
I don't know. I'm pretty
Do you reckon
sure
there's any truth to that?
Yeah,
Then? I've seen
You've
pictures,
seen pictures.
and you're pretty.
Yeah.
Looks pretty much a lot like you.
But there's a reason he's the backup, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he can't play guitar.
Yeah, he can't. No.
They just weed him out just for show. Right, Liam, this one's about you. I've heard this rumour that you scored the winning goal in the 1982 Copa Libertadores final.
Yeah, I mean, it was a funny story. I wasn't born yet, but yeah, I managed to come
That's
on.
hilarious.
No, yeah, I made an appearance.
Yeah.
No, I made an appearance, scored a goal,
Yeah.
kicked
Top
off.
bins?
Go back to the balls. And that's it.
Did you hit top bins?
I did, yeah, I did, Michael, yeah.
Bentekers. The next one's about you, Bruno. I've heard that you are the owner of a blog where you slag off the president of Zambia, Edgar Lungu.
Yeah, definitely.
Is
That's
that true?
Do you do that too?
Yeah.
You've got one as well?
Yeah.
Well, you tweet about it, don't you?
I do tweet about it, yeah.
We actually do it we do it together. Nobody knows about
I
it.
didn't hear about this.
Nor did I. Nice to meet, mate.
There's a lot of things we do together and Liam doesn't know.
I've heard another rumour about you, Liam. You once told news journalist Fiona Bruce she was a 6 out of 10 at best.
Yeah, just her voice. Otherwise, she'd be a 7.
I find it hilarious that every one of these is true about Liam.
Yeah, I don't know who got you.
So that's
Thought-
true?
Don't know who's, yeah, of course
Yeah.
it's true.
Do you
Come on.
believe he's done that?
Yeah, of course it is.
Yeah.
Degrading women.
Yeah, I had to wait outside of BBC headquarters for 4 hours to...
Were you actually distancing when you did it?
No, I got all up in there. I told her she's a 6.
All up in there. All up in where?
I gave her a 6, and she is a 6.
Right, we better move on. Bruno, the next one I've heard about you. So I've heard this rumour that you're clapped.
Well, I've never heard something so true in all of my life.
Is there any truth to that?
I don't think you can deny it, can you?
I'm not gonna.
Short and sweet, but
I
I've
don't
heard
know.
that rumour about you.
Yeah, okay. That's actually true.
Yeah, thought so. Liam, next one, I've heard a rumour about you. I heard that you started the beef between Meek Mills and Drake.
Yeah,
With a poorly placed Instagram story.
yeah. I mean, it's a funny story.
Like any other.
Another one?
But
Jesus.
yeah, obviously I'm a big, I'm a friend of both. I just love the beef, to be honest. They both talk a lot of shit. Meek Mill's been to prison. That's where I met him. Met Drake.
1980.
Well, what prison was it? Sorry, you just refresh my memory. I don't...
Strange Ways.
Was it?
Yeah. See, I was in there for a minor offence. He was there.
You were there for offending a minor. That's what you were.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
I think you should fucking deny it. Alright, let's move on. Bruno, I've got another one about you here, mate. I heard that on Tinder, you once swiped right on what looked like a mango pulp in a trash bag.
Yes, that's my favorite thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fucking good.
It does sound hot.
What drew you to it so much?
Trash bag.
How did you know there was mango pulp in there?
The trash bag. That's what really drew me to it.
Alright, Liam, next one's about you. I've heard this rumour that your real parents didn't want you.
Yeah. I mean, yes. This isn't a funny story.
It's not, it's tragic.
No, it's a tragic story. It's a tragedy. But yeah, again, I don't know who you're getting these sources. Probably my mum. Probably.
Your adoptive or the real?
Got it from the horses.
No,
From the horse's mouth.
she gave me the one about the Copa Libertadores.
Yeah, she was there.
Yeah, well,
She was the only
supporting.
the only time she's ever proud of me.
Alright, Bruno, next one I've heard about you. You had a summer fling with Kim K. I should clear up that it's not Kim Kardashian. Kim K works on the fish counter down at Morrison's. Is that true? Kim K from the
Was that
Morrison's
not
fish
was
counter.
that
Nobody was supposed to
Was
know
that not
about that.
Fishy Karen?
No, I don't think so. That's another one.
Nobody was supposed to know about that.
It's true. Wow, we're unearthing some gems today.
I need
Final
it.
one is about Liam.
I love the fish smell. That's my one.
She needs help.
Fish.
Help, get that woman some help. Liam, the final one's about you. The simple one, a rumour that you don't know how to use an excavator.
Yeah. I mean, it's a funny story. It's
There's so many funny stories today.
So yeah, when I get on one, it's usually going the wrong way. So if I'm trying to go up, I'm going down, and then sometimes I'm neither halfway up or neither halfway down.
What are you, all the king's horses and all the king's men?
Yeah. Well,
Did you-
I mean that's Humpty Dumpty, but
Yeah, it's all fucking the same, isn't it? Did you not think to look like to the side to see the other people using it in the correct way?
I'm not a sheep.
You're a cunt.
Gotta love this nonce.
Okay, guys. So, we're going to move on now. Talk about how quizzes seem to have taken over the fucking world.
I love them.
How many quizzes have you done, Bruno, in lockdown?
Lost count of it.
I watch Who Wants to Be a Millionaire every night. It's on The Chase. Do you know the?
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire isn't on TV anymore.
Yes, it is.
Is it?
It's on at 9 weekdays, mate. Shows how much you know.
You sit there coughing. Like that scandal.
Yeah. Treats.
So
Good series,
you
good
obviously, you probably think you're a fucking general knowledge
Well,
genius.
I'm good. I am good at quizzes. Yeah.
Just
I'm
think
not
about the amount of the high increase in general knowledge that has come from this, but also the massive decrease in common sense. That's gone down the toilet with the mass amounts of toilet roll that people have stored up. But Bruno, you were bragging the other day. You were flexing on me about you've been doing some sort of free courses with Harvard University.
Yeah, there are a
Now,
few things.
before you continue, he's made it out to me, Liam, that he's like been invited, like he's some sort of genius master professor, like he's a partner of Harvard University.
Actually, I didn't, but...
Well, he's
Fucking
probably
did.
got one of these rings, isn't he? Like,
Jeffrey Epstein.
yeah.
Yeah. So what have you been studying, Bruno? You're never too old to learn, everyone.
No, it's true. No, I was doing some courses on programming. I thought it would be
What kind of
interesting.
programming?
Sex robots.
Literally, that's my main goal, is to actually create a sex robot.
Instead of the.
What's wrong with human women, Bruno?
He's going to put the sex robots in the South
Sorry,
Korean.
haven't you got a girlfriend as
Yeah,
well?
my money's too far, so I
Yeah.
still need something.
We should be pleased to hear that you've been building sex robots. How's that going to go down when she listens to this?
Hopefully she doesn't.
I'm sure she does.
She won't be going down after that. Jesus.
So yeah, well, is that it? Just programming? I thought there was
Yeah.
going to be a lot more interesting.
there
things.
are- no,
You
there
just
are-
literally killed that segment.
No.
Funny story.
There are a lot of interesting things. Majority of the free courses they have are related to
Food.
economy and also history. They have a lot of history courses, something related to
What history?
ancient history.
What ancient history?
Oh, I know.
Specifics of it?
No, it's literally called
Ancient
ancient,
Greece?
history.
Egyptians,
So
Greeks,
it should be
Romans?
Egyptians, Greeks.
It ain't going to be an American history, is it? We haven't got any.
No, that shouldn't be on them. They also have a lot about Catholic, whatever.
I bet you
Muslim.
were well into the Catholic one, wouldn't you, eh?
I'm not gonna go down that road, mate.
Confessions of an Auto Boy all over again.
That's you again. That's not me. That's
Preach!
Preach, Queen! So yeah, the history one sounds interesting. I'm a
They
big
are.
fan of history.
I love
They are.
it.
The thing is, they're free courses, and when you finish them, if you want the diploma, you pay like 90 quid.
So it's like a
that's robbery!
So it's like a restaurant.
90 quid for a diploma from a free course.
Yeah.
They're fucking taking the piss. Why don't you just like do a screen grab? Do
And
they give
just
you like
at
a
the
mock-up
end-
of it?
Yeah.
So you can just do a screen grab and use that.
Was this email from a man in Nigeria?
What do you mean? What do you mean? I don't know. I don't understand what you're talking about.
With two R's.
Harvard at gmail.com.
Alright guys, so we're going to move on then from that. We're going to move on. Bruno, I'm going to talk to you again, actually, because you've been watching that NBA show, haven't you?
Yeah, The Last Dance.
The Last
Yeah,
Dance.
I finished
You've
it.
watched a bit.
I've seen it. Yeah, really good. Probably the best sports documentary I've ever seen.
It's yeah.
I've not watched any of it yet because I was going to watch it, but I thought I'd get your perspectives
It's
on it
worth
first.
a view. Definitely
It
worth
is.
a view.
So what we might do is with these sort of documentary things. We spoke a lot about Tiger King last time, but I'm thinking there's obviously this new Epstein one on Netflix, which is going to be obviously very interesting to
Yeah,
watch.
started that as well.
Yeah, we don't spoil it because we're probably going to do a few like dedicated podcast episodes for some of these documentaries. So we'll probably do one on the Epstein one, probably do one on The Last Dance, probably do one on the disappearance of Madeleine McCann, Leaving Neverland. So we'll try and we'll space them out, but we'll try and do a couple of dedicated episodes to them.
That's not
Because
when
that-
she disappeared, is it? Neverland.
No, that was Pride Deluge, where Bruno was at the time. But we'll probably do some dedicated episodes for that sort of thing. Space them out. We won't do them all like in a row, but yeah, that'll be interesting. So yeah, tell us about this show then, Bruno. Come on.
The thing is, the show is basically around the Chicago Bulls at the time, but it's mainly Michael Jordan all the way through the entire 10. I think it's 10 episodes.
Yeah.
It's
Coolest guy on earth. Coolest guy on earth.
But it kind of, it takes that image
Funny
that
story.
it takes that image that you had from him of being such a nice guy. It actually goes in deep certain things.
Yeah.
That he was actually a bully. That he was actually a bully on the court. That he used to bully all his mates from the team.
But would you say it's bullying or bringing the best out of those players?
I think it was bringing the best out of them. Look at Rodman.
Sort of like a firm hand.
Because he wasn't. He's not a nasty person, but when it's one of those things. Like he's probably like one of those guys. When I'm in court, I'm not a nice guy. When he's in training, he's not a nice guy.
You remember that guy?
Well, I think a lot of the best athletes out there have that trait in them.
He just has
they can
that.
be the nicest guy off the pitch, but when they're on the pitch, their only goal is to be the best.
Have you seen the entire show?
Yeah, I've seen it all. Yeah, I think
guy,
Scottie Pippen's good on it.
Steve Kerr. He actually brought the best out of him.
Yeah.
The smallest, skinniest guy they had on the team
jump.
couldn't do anything, and he still was the one that won. He won one or two of the most important games they had.
Yeah, with the 3-pointers, wasn't it? Yeah, because but Jordan gave him that confidence.
Yeah.
So
Because he was constantly on him on the training. Everything.
How mental is Dennis Rodman appear on this show?
Not
He
much.
appears
Well,
mental
he's-
outside of it. So
no, he wasn't playing for Bulls for half of the documentary. He was
on
was it Detroit?
Pistons.
Yeah.
Pistons. But he was actually a normal guy in the beginning. Then he went to Pistons and he completely lost it when he was at Pistons. Somehow Jerry Bruckheimer or whatever his name was, the director, he decided to hire him. Yeah, the small fat guy. Yeah. He decided to hire him for the Bulls, and then he was a perfect fit with Pippen and Jordan. And it also goes a lot into the fact that Jordan's father was killed,
and he decided to do MLB.
Yeah.
Well, tried.
So what happened to his father?
He was driving somewhere to Connecticut, I think, and he was coming back. And they didn't hear anything from him for 2 or 3 one night, I think. 1 night, 2 nights. And then they found his car next to the road and he had been shot. A lot of people...
So he was murdered?
He was murdered, yeah. But They
was he robbed or something?
That's the thing. They found the 2 kids that murdered him, allegedly. The 2 kids that did it. But then suddenly on the news it started coming up that it was related to the fact that Michael was a big gambler and he owed money to people.
Oh, okay.
They tried to put it on him like that.
Netflix have done what they usually do and lead you down a garden path of suggesting that it was something sinister.
Well, what with the so after Michael Jordan's dad died, and he was obviously was he in the MLB?
Let's not go too in depth about this.
No. Yeah,
But this is a massive thing.
He went after it.
So after that, he went to try and be a baseball player, and he was good baseball player as he grew up as well. Anyway, but there's actually a theory that he may have been suspended from the
for a year
NBA for a year and a half
for gambling,
for either gambling or drugs. They're not. because it would make no sense to the NBA to their star player, their main attraction, to show that he's a drugs cheat. Or
he was the money
gambling.
maker for
But
the NBA.
It makes you
I
think.
gambling, obviously him, if it appeared that he was gambling, that would obviously come across a lot better than drug use.
Yeah.
Whilst it's obviously still not a good thing, it wouldn't come off that well, but drug use would ruin him.
But I don't think it was drug use. Okay, Rodman was for sure, and he was never suspended.
Yeah.
Different
times.
That gave that away.
Wait,
Because
That guy's a
Did
byproduct
you
of
see-
acid binges.
Did you see that part where Jordan says that he went to how do you call it? He went to Vegas to go pick up Rodman from the hotel room,
Yeah.
and once he opened the door, he said he saw things that he never seen in his life inside that bedroom.
yeah, and again, when he started out, he's a man straight down the line, just wants to play basketball. When he's young, Bulls was terrible when he joined them.
One of the worst teams.
And then he said, he went into one of the hotel rooms, and they were all there doing drugs. I think there's a lot of hookers, yeah. And
Before you guys
didn't want to be
continue,
part of that.
we want to wrap this up a bit quickly. I just have to ask you guys something. Condoms, yes or no?
No. Yes at the start. No.
At the start of what?
The sexual intercourse.
And then you take it off in the middle.
Yeah.
That's what you made it sound
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
Halfway through. It's called
Stealthing.
It's stealth.
Stealthing, yeah.
You've got that off Urban
Yeah.
Dictionary, haven't you?
Yeah. It's actually it's better than Tiger King. Stealth King.
So you just start pumping, and
Stealth
midway
cunt.
through, you just take it off without her noticing.
Yeah.
Her or him, no problem. No
And
judgment
it
here.
is weird because when you see her face when you say no, Johnny, she doesn't know what I mean.
So you turn around and say, my name's not Johnny.
No, I'm the one saying no, Johnny.
I don't see why you can't just use items from around the house.
I'm
Cling
pretty sure.
film, foil.
Yeah. Well, foil's a hard one.
Yeah, literally.
Usually, yeah.
Big stomach.
But with foil, you can then have it again later.
Yeah. And cling film, I mean, even cling film, you can just rinse it out, can't you?
Plastic though, you shouldn't really be using.
What do you put around
plastic.
tattoos?
Well, if it's biodegradable plastic,
Well,
yeah.
it's probably degrading to whoever's got cling film around
It's
their
degrading
penis.
to me when I get caught with cling film around my penis, yeah.
But, yeah, no,
Thanks, Bruno.
I think the best contraception is probably BO.
Well, right, let's move on. Wrap up your chat about the NBA show then, come on.
No, it
Right,
was.
I don't mean talk for another 10 fucking
No,
minutes.
no. Let's wrap it up a bit. Like your brother said, it's definitely one of the best sports documentaries I've watched.
Is
so
it
far.
better than The Road to Munich?
I haven't seen it. Road to Munich.
I think it is.
I don't think it is. I don't think there's any show better than that.
Is that Chelsea documentary? Is it? I haven't seen it. Is that YouTube documentary?
It was on Amazon, I think. I know.
Actually, I think this one is really good.
Yeah.
It's probably the best
Wrap
one.
it up.
Yep.
Bruno, what's your go-to porn category? Come on.
Jesus.
Go on, tell us.
Christ.
Come on, Bruno.
Panda porn. Similar to Panda Pop, but it's
That was very weird that was the first thing that came to your fucking head.
Is that your go-to?
Where would one find such a niche?
it's actually on Pornhub.
Expand.
No, it's they actually did a conservation exercise. So people were encouraged.
You were going far too deep into your bullshit explanations as to why you said
People
something weird.
so people were encouraged to dress as pandas, upload amateur videos to this, and any money that was generated from the views would go to panda conservation.
And they normally show
Well,
this porn to the pandas, not to the men like
I
you.
can't speak for all men, but I love watching people have sex with a woman who's got two black eyes.
Fucking hell. I think I'm going to have to edit that out. We can't let him get away with that, surely.
From the makeup or from literally punching?
Bruno, we don't need an explanation. I don't want
No,
to.
I need
loads
an
of
explanation.
edit. I'm not going to do loads of editing on this, alright? Move on quickly. What is your go-to porn category for fuck's
I'm
sake?
interested on this
Shut
one.
the fuck up and tell me yours. He's getting arrested at the end of this. Move on. Do you want to be an accomplice?
Get an erection.
Bruno, tell me what's yours quickly. Hurry up. I'll tell you, this is actually good for you to tell us because Christina can actually step up.
If she does
What's your
step up.
go-to porn category, Bruno?
I don't have any. I cannot be fussed.
Oh, you're a fucking liar.
Yeah.
What is the one that you go on Pornhub and you're like, that's your first one you're thinking of going to?
Definitely big tits then.
Big tits. That's not, is that a category?
Well, a lot of women have big tits.
Maybe
So,
No, once somebody said to me, son,
That's the porn category I go to
Yeah.
sometimes.
I'm not sure if I can say
Have you
this.
seen that one where it's like balloon popping?
What?
That's mad. Yeah, there's balloon popping, and there's
What do
like
you mean?
static
What
from
do
the
they
balloon.
do? What do they do? With
So a
the
woman
balloon?
like bounces naked and like on a balloon, and then it pops.
With the tit. The
And
balloon
Or
that
a
has
butt.
What? And then
Yeah.
people get sexual
Yeah,
gratification
apparently, yeah.
from popping the balloon
Apparently they do, yeah.
Probably, yeah.
with titties.
Yeah,
With
but because,
titties, with butties.
because of tits,
Buttons.
because of tits, I'm gonna tell you something. This is literally one of those things you need to live by. It's a rule.
It's the best story I've
always-
Before you continue,
I don't know
am
if
I going to
this-
have to edit this out because you're degrading women?
No.
No one's done that so far.
The
No.
look on your face tells me yes.
No.
No one's done that.
So basically, somebody said this to me once when I was younger, and it said to me like this: "Son,
Don't tell the police.
son."
So it was your dad. You've just outed your dad.
could be my
Don't-
no. It
don't
could
tell
be
the
my it could
police.
be my dad or my grandfather.
Your grandfather wouldn't call you son.
It would.
He'd call you grandson.
No. It
Yeah.
said son. Son.
Sexy.
If
It was
you
your phrase, wasn't it?
yeah, son.
Son or sexy.
Always fuck one with big tits because pussy they all have.
So I am going to have to edit that out because you're fucking body shaming people.
What body shaming who?
Well,
You just said
Big
get a
bang.
bird with big tits because they've all got a pussy. So you're body shaming people without big tits.
No.
Yeah. There's a lot of flat-chested women out there.
And they all need loving.
Yeah, but Bruno won't love them.
All women need loving, alright?
McLovin.
Yeah.
Right.
Some of them need boob jobs.
I told you it wasn't a good idea to have him here.
Sorry.
So just to make everyone comfortable with the procedure of this podcast going forward, Liam will not be invited back. And I'm not sure if Bruno will be either, to be honest.
I'm coming back.
Right,
Take it on the
anyway.
chin.
I've had enough.
This ain't my last dance.
No one going to ask me my go-to porn category.
Yeah, where's your
Yeah, what's your go-to porn category? You
Comedy.
love a shaved head.
comedy?
Comedy.
Comedy gold. Jizz in the...
I go for the bloopers.
The bloopers. You're the one in the comments.
gets me off.
You're the one in the comment section.
No, not in the comments. I mean, like porn bloopers, like when something goes wrong.
Oh, like
Yeah.
in the wrong.
So it's the end of the porn video. There will be the bloopers.
He accidentally jizzes on the director's face.
Should we call this the accidental poopers?
No, not poopers. Why,
Oh, okay.
why are you going to smut, Liam? You're a fucking strange guy.
Listen.
Right, let's move on, alright? Because you're weird. I'm going to ask you one final question before I play you a special recording. Would you rather shit yourself once and 100 people around you know that you've shit yourself, or shit yourself all the time but nobody knows that you're doing it?
Well, the thing is, I live the second. This is my life. So I'm going to go...
Except everyone knows.
Oh.
You fucking smell it.
I actually saw it myself.
We've made him nervous and now he's lost control of his bowels.
We're fucked.
Let's move on from him before he goes in a 5-minute rant.
It's a shit story.
Can you tell me that again? Because I got lost.
Would you rather shit yourself and 100 people around you know you've done it, or shit yourself all the time but nobody knows?
I'll go for the first one. Why not? Just man up for
Really?
it. Yeah, just man up for
It's
it.
happened to you before, hasn't it?
Yeah, of course.
It's
It's only once, so.
Right, let's move on.
It's a shit scenario.
I've got a special recording for you guys, alright? I'll put some context on it. So I used to be a auditor for a big American company on Wall Street. It wasn't a great job. It was very, very depressing, to be honest with you. But I managed to dig up some old audio recording. So I've managed to dig up this recording from when I was an auditor for a big business in Wall Street. And basically, I want you guys to listen to it. Just tell me your thoughts, or like I might ask you to tell me who was in the room actually afterwards. So let's just see how this goes. I'll see if it actually comes through or even plays. But
Right, thanks all for joining me at this meeting. As you know, guys upstairs have asked me to investigate the recent indiscretions in your expense reports. Who have we got here today? So we've got Steve, hi Steve, Dave, Dan, Sandra and Gary. Is someone missing? Who's missing, sorry?
You're a fucking bastard.
Alright, thanks Steve. Any idea where she is?
I consider that bitch to be one of the biggest terrorists in the exotic animal world right now.
Right. Nothing to do with what I asked, but thanks for your input.
My husband died in October and I just got remarried in December. Who the fuck cares?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, not really relevant to what we're discussing here today. We need to get to the bottom of this.
I'm broke as shit and I don't mind saying it.
Okay, is that why you've been logging dodgy expense reports or something, or am I wrong?
Fuck yeah!
Right. Right, well, that's a waste of time. Right, I'm moving on. You're doing my head in. Dave, what are you saying?
Look at that. You can see my dick from here.
Yeah, you're right, we can actually. So why don't you just do everyone a favour, put it away, put some trousers on or something. You're at work.
I'm gonna kick your ass.
Well, you're not, so... do you know what? I'm moving on from you as well. You're always on my time. Let's hope you've got something for me. Dan, anything? Or you're going to be as useless as everyone else? You know, anything?
What is this bullshit?
I've explained it to you. I'm trying to get to the bottom of your dodgy expense reports, and you need to help me. So tell me, what you've logged in expense here for McDonald's. Why have you done that?
Hey, you know, that was pretty fun.
Well, I'm glad it was fun for you. It wasn't fun for anyone else, but you know what? You're just wasting my time.
I'm not having a good day.
Yeah, none of us are. You're wasting our time. We're all here trying to get to the bottom of it. And you know what? I'm going to move on. Sandra, how are you? Hi, yeah. As you know, like I say, people are logging dodgy expense reports.
But don't worry, I didn't.
Well, you did. I've got evidence of it. You've logged 2 tickets for a boat trip around Niagara Falls. Care to explain it?
You know, a lot of people died in the tsunami.
What? Which tsunami?
Me.
This is my point.
Right, you all need to calm down. You're going crazy.
Screw you! Piece of shit!
Right, you annoy me. Let's just move on. Anyone else got anything to actually add to this?
Michael,
Yes?
we looking for hookers?
No, of course we're not looking for hookers. What a ridiculous thing to ask. What do you mean? We're in a work meeting. Right, Sandra, you're annoying me. You know what, all of you, just get the fuck out. I'll be logging a report with your higher-ups. I hope you all lose your jobs, because you're all scum. Real scum.
Hi guys, that was our audio recording of when I was an auditor at a Wall Street firm. As you can tell, it was a very difficult job. These people were fucking nightmares to deal with.
Sandra, what a bitch.
Yeah, so can you tell me any of the people that were in the room?
Fucking Duke Nukem is my favourite one.
She wasn't cruising for a bruising, but she was asking for a baskin.
Carol Baskin wasn't there. They said she was missing.
Fuck off. No, I'm just glad it was your job as an auditor and not your job as an orphan.
Well, you saw that makes absolutely zero sense. It makes no sense whatsoever.
No one loves you.
What do you guys make of it? Would you have enjoyed that job? It was difficult, wasn't it?
Yeah, complicated.
Yeah, I mean,
These
who's
people,
paying?
These people were so difficult.
Do you put hookers on expenses?
Well, one of them put McDonald's. Niagara tsunami at Niagara Falls.
And
Well,
she was that tsunami.
You can actually put hookers on expenses. Depends where you work.
That's from someone who knows.
So anyway, can you tell me who else was in the room? So I'll give you Joe Exotic. We had Joe
Joe
Exotic in
Exotic was
there.
obviously
The
in the
second
room.
one was Duke Nukem.
Duke Nukem was in there, yeah.
Yeah, because you could see his dick from there.
The weird thing was it was tiny.
I'm actually surprised he didn't say I have got.
Who else?
balls
Who
of
else was in
steel."
there?
I do not know who the female was, said Bill Clinton.
No, he didn't. He didn't say.
I have no idea. Who was Sarah?
I did not have sexual contact with that woman.
Sandra.
Sandra. Who was
It
actually
was
Sandra?
Julia Roberts.
Oh,
She's a nightmare, mate. She's a
fucking
maniac.
hell, bitch.
Not M.
Julia Roberts. Who else was in there? Do you know?
Judy Dench.
Julie Dench.
I heard a rumor earlier
We
today.
had Michael. I can't remember his surname. DeSanta.
Oh,
He's famous from being a criminal in GTA. And also we had Trevor Phillips. Alright guys, let's move on then. I'm going to tell you guys some jokes now. I was trying to look for lockdown jokes or corona jokes. There isn't that many out there. Well, there is, but there's no good ones,
Thank
I
God.
should say. But I'm going to just read off a couple of that. Let's just see if you guys find them funny. So, lockdown is a great time for a breakup. I'm not breaking up with you, I'm just social distancing. Deadwood.
Locked up, you can't let me out.
Thanks, Akon. We're going to get copyrighted.
That didn't have a lot of reaction.
If coronavirus isn't about beer, why do I keep seeing cases of it?
Okay, fair enough.
Addiction.
I was digging in the garden when I found a chest full of gold coins. I was about to run straight home to tell my wife about it, but then I remembered why I was digging in the garden.
She was asking for a basket.
I'm getting the next one. I'll never forget my granddad's last words to me. Stop shaking the ladder, you little shit.
That's dead funny.
One man's trash is another man's treasure. Wonderful saying, horrible way to find out you were adopted.
That's the layers.
That's how you found out. That's how you found out about yourself.
Yeah.
This one's going to get you. What's the difference between me and cancer?
You're treatable.
My dad didn't beat cancer.
But he did beat you. Fuck it out. I'm glad he pulled through.
It's important to have a good vocabulary. If I had known the difference between the words antidote and anecdote, one of my best friends would still be alive.
True.
So my grief counsellor died the other day. He must have done a good job because I didn't give a shit.
So you went vanilla on the jokes.
Yeah, I thought I'd keep them PG.
Yeah, PG tips.
Oh, Jesus is my saviour. All right, let's move on. We're gonna read off some creepy PMs now, which I found. So me and you.
Are they real PMs that Bruno sent, or?
This is it's from Bruno's Tinder.
Of course, it's mine.
We'll read off the first one. So I want you to be the creep, and I'll be the normal poor woman.
Is that what gets you going?
How can I see it do that?
So, how do I read that?
Exactly.
I don't even understand how to read that.
Exactly as it's written. So,
Hey, blushes nervously.
who is this?
Eyebrows furrow in sadness. You read my message and you didn't reply. I expected better from you. Eyes water and I begin to cry. It's okay. No one loves me anyway.
I still don't know who the fuck you are.
Sniffles through tears. It's someone from homeroom. I wanted to know if you wanted to go on a date sometime.
Sorry, that was you wanted.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait. I have a boyfriend, dude. You know this.
Fuck. Fine. Be like that. My eyes glow blue like sands. I'll kill that kid myself.
Whoa.
Oof. Blocked.
Fuck me, mate. What the fuck was that?
I am sorry.
Alright,
And Sandra, I'm sorry for sending that.
I'll be the creep in this one. You be the normal one.
Yeah.
If I was there, I would have kidnapped you and married you. To a
Okay.
good start.
Well, I'm not interested in a relationship.
I never talked about relationship, lol.
Marriage?
If I kidnapped you, I won't give you any option.
Okay, you can fuck off with that.
There's so many fucking creeps out there. Alright, Liam, you can do this one with me.
Who's the creep and who's not?
You're the creep, and you've closed it.
I apologise.
I can't control your fucking fat hands.
Sausage fingers.
Fucking sausage fingers.
You be the creep,
Okay.
I'll be the normal person.
Hey, sorry. Are you busy?
Does this too well, doesn't he? Hey, what's up?
Sorry to bother you. It's a bit of an emergency.
I'm out at the moment, but I might be able to help. What do you need?
I'm hard. I don't have anything to come to.
Oh, bye, dude.
This actually sounds like something Liam would send to... You were not reading this, you knew this by mind.
they're my
because-
screenshots.
Yeah.
I'm going to read this one because there's no back and forth. So, this is apparently from an Airbnb host that someone stayed with when they were on their own in London. So, this guy's messaged this girl, "Hey there, Danielle. Hamish here from London. Hope all is well. Coming down to London again at any point? Question mark. So, ... I now have 2 partners and expecting a baby with both. I am actively looking for a 3rd partner as well, so if you happen to know a woman who wants children soon, but not necessarily a full-time man, please pass them my details. It's never an easy search, so asking around as much as possible. Thanks."
Can men apply for this role?
No, he said women.
Okay.
Men can't get pregnant, though, I'm afraid.
Well, you want to see my uncle?
It's the same uncle.
Yeah, your brother.
Yeah.
What?
Alright, so we'll do this one. Liam, you be the normal person, I'll be the creep. We'll have to zoom in a bit. So I'll be the creep. I'm sorry you were molested.
What?
Am I wrong?
I think so.
Whatever you say.
Are you mad that I wasn't molested? I am so confused.
Not at all, baby.
Okay, can I ask what led you to make that statement?
I was wrong. I apologise.
I mean, I'm not bad, but I cannot find the right words to describe how utterly confused I am. Let's real talk. What's the pickup line or lead into a pickup line?
You can just text me.
Bro, I'm curious, but I'm not curious enough to give my phone number to someone who's using molestation as a pickup art.
Oh, stop being such a prude.
Actually, what?
Fucking hell, man.
What a prude.
That's hardcore. Let's do the last one.
You can be the creep
I'm always
again because you do it so well. So
I heard full-figured women are amazing in bed. Truth?
I'm not entirely sure if you're asking me this for a real reason. If you're honestly curious, or if you're commenting on my weight, I'm unsure. Care to elaborate?
I'm honestly really curious.
I've never slept with a full-figured woman, so I couldn't answer that question.
Lol, I just feel like women sense confidence, and for some reason, twig girls have less confidence.
Okay,
Let's do the last one, yeah.
you be the normal person.
So, what do you mean?
It's a rare disease. I need to see fresh girls without dress to be alive. I want to see you without dress or I will die.
That's so funny. What's it called?
It's not a joke, okay? Real disease. It's called anudispedia. You can't find it on Google, don't search.
What happens if I don't send you pics?
My skin turned red and I will slowly puke blood and die. Just send, bitch.
That's a real condition.
That was the last one. Alright, guys. So, you guys enjoyed yourselves today?
I thoroughly enjoyed myself. I tripod.
I actually saw it. Your hand was under the table all the time.
I thought that was your hand.
I'm going to end this one in a bit of an unconventional sort of way. I'm going to end it with a pretty serious message. We've all seen the news recently of the murder of George Floyd
Terrible.
by Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin. He has since been charged with, 3rd-degree manslaughter, is it?
Something like that.
Not a strong enough conviction, but Chauvin used his knee to suffocate Floyd to death. Floyd kept saying, I can't breathe. And Chauvin only relented when he was limp and lifeless on the floor. Now, I remember a similar incident we were talking about earlier, which was in New York. I looked it up, it was back in 2014. Another black man called Eric Garner was strangled to death by police. And you can guess what he was saying at the time as well. I can't breathe. Now, there's far better qualified people than us talking about this. And we do try and keep politics out of this podcast, but I have to say this. Being black should not be a death sentence. And the institutionalised racism within police forces, governments, and the media, not just in the US but across the world, needs to be eradicated. I used to be one of these people that believed in the All Lives Matter message, but for me, all lives cannot matter until Black Lives Matter.
True.
Yeah, you're right.
That's actually true.
So, sorry to end it on such a heavy note, but we all felt fairly strongly that we needed to say something about that and show our support.
It's not a heavy note. It's just being honest. Come on, at the end of the day, things like that should never happen anywhere.
But we'll end it there, guys. So you guys have had a good time. I think it's been pretty funny, to be honest. Thank you guys for joining us. This has been episode 2 of the No Ball Games podcast. We'll see you next time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification if you want to know when we upload. Cheers. Thank you.
Bye-bye.